is our red Terran player looking to try and advance through into Code A over his opponent. For Shopify Rebellion, this is BYUN.
And his opponent in the bottom right side is a blue Protoss player fighting for the dragon, the phoenix, and all the gamers. He is ZEST.
Well, ZEST is making this a little interesting. It's got a pylon already out across the map. ZEST, are you doing a cheeky little cheese here?
Might not be a long game this way. Well, it's going to be, yeah, alright. Another gateway right there. We all know what this is. It's the ZEST pest.
The
ZEST
what,
best build.
Oh,
the ZEST best build.
The ZEST best build. Okay, that had max packs in my brain because it just was on the same canter, and I was like, wait, hold on a second. Is this a max packs build? Are the Koreans taking foreigner advice? What is the world coming to? But no, this is this is gonna be. This could be very, very quick here. Cybercore is going to go down. There will be probably additional stalkers and adepts brought in to aid in this defense. But command center being built on the high ground right now. I don't know. This is kind of interesting here. It's going to be slow zealots walking across the map. What's going to be brought out here? It is going to be a stalker. This could have a lot of damage potential, but a bunker would deal a lot of defense. I think that'd make it very challenging.
I mean, seeing how relaxed BYUN is with this command center timing, basically, it makes me worry a little bit for ZEST. Because you know there's a gateway nearby, right? If that zealot shows up that early on, you just know. So... yeah, well, wait, it was just a probe so far, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, he hasn't had a chance to see any units yet. It was just the scouting probe that got picked off. So BYUN at this point is operating with no information, no scout going out. In fact, this is the first
very
scout.
Careful then. Just overall with the bunker and stuff, just in case. This is just like a very unfortunate situation then for ZEST. I mean...
yeah, does ZEST just lose?
I think so. I think BYUN just played it super carefully with that command center on the high ground, the bunker on the high ground, and then it's just like, all right, well, just in case you do try anything cheeky, it's just not gonna work at all, and it didn't. So now,
that's just kind of an awkward situation here. I mean, these Marines are going to come out across the map, and I mean, they may find a whole lot.
Don't have a second base yet, Mr. ZEST? Oh, Mr. ZEST, what's going on here?
No, and then on top of that, he's BYUN is researching concussive shells with these marauders. Oh, this is going from bad to worse. There is a fair amount of units, though. 5 stalkers and 2 zealots, but this is a bad engagement. Oh, BYUN is just going to... he's just styling on his opponent. Finally now losing 1 of those Marines, but it comes at the cost of so many of those expensive units. Kozan, I think BYUN has just done it. There it is. GG is called, and a very quick game number 1. BYUN establishing a lot of dominance right out of the gate. Spawning in the bottom left, our blue Protoss player for Dragon Phoenix Gaming. This is ZEST.
Shopify Rebellion's rocking red Terran player. He is BYUN.
Ooh, rockin' red. I like it.
Apparently it's a hockey term, but I don't want to stop using it.
I mean, hockey's okay to steal terminology from.
Yeah, not a lot of overlap of audiences there, right?
Not that I think they would be like super upset. I don't think we'd be getting any angry letters. Like, they took our term. Now
excuse
what's next?
me, sir. Only we rock the red, okay?
only us. Come back to us when you can play 3 periods on the ice while fighting not only your opponents but the referees as well. And there's a puck, and but most of them are all like from. Well, I shouldn't say most of them. The more prominent hockey players from Canada, right? They're probably just going to be
Yeah.
like, apologetic that we didn't allow
Ooh,
the use of
sorry.
that term sooner. Yeah, sorry. I mean, we've known about this term for a while. You can use it though.
It is cool, isn't it? Yeah. yeah.
Yeah, we really like it too. Thanks so much. Make sure
Yeah.
to come to our hockey game. Do you
Oh, well, we
follow
talked
any
about it a
traditional
little bit.
sports?
I was watching some, like, I used to not as much, but I started watching some more boxing. I started watching some UFC afterwards as well. I've watched pro climbing, speed climbing, bouldering, those types of competitions. That's pretty fun.
You're all about the 1v1 style. You love StarCraft and then all 1v1 traditional sports as well. I love it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Well, the climbing competitions are a bit more of a free-for-all sometimes, at least the bouldering ones, but because then you just have people going one by one, right, instead of, two players at the same time, which does happen with speed climbing, though, so, yeah, you're right.
Well, this is an interesting opening here. Got ourselves a robotics facility. So ZEST, I mean, it's hard without having context of ZEST's previous series to know what ZEST has going, but this is awful aggressive for ZEST to play two very specific timing attacks back to back. So there might be some context that we're missing. Maybe ZEST was tired, or maybe he had other longer games that he played before his qualifying matches. But that all aside, he's playing very aggressive here against his opponent in BYUN and finds himself trying to get some good damage done. It's going to be a very quick robotics bay here. Are we going to get a speed disruptor drop? I think we are.
I've seen something like this from ZEST recently, yeah. I'm trying to think back whether it was the Colossi or Disruptor drop, but I mean, both can be quite strong in this sense, right?
Oh,
We'll just have to see.
I would say absolutely the case, but the concern that I have is his opponent in BYUN, he's going to be able to spot that. I was going to say, is traditionally so very aggressive, and I feel like this build works really well if you end up being the aggressor and don't have to worry about things coming across the map. But for BYUN, he's going to come across the map with a couple of mines, and now there's not a whole lot to defend against this, but there is enough. There is a stalker that will be able to hold this off, and the positional advantage is a little bit lost since it was scouted, but it's going to be Colossus instead. I'm okay with that. I think this is a good call here by ZEST.
Like BYUN maybe perhaps so used to being like, all right, there's a stalker there. It's probably gonna be blink my. Oh no, wait, he saw the robo base, so he got the scout off on that.
Did he?
Interesting.
Oh, yeah,
yeah. He saw it. It's at the natural in the next to the Nexus right there. So he actually did get to see that. Now he's preparing for it, and he's preparing for it by making a Raven here. He is sending that across the field though, so or is that just going to be checking for Warp Prism movements? I don't know. I think that's going for harassment as well. Okay, so he just wants to hold it with Marines? Maybe he doesn't even know it's going to be coming at Warp Prism just quite yet.
There's got to be that understanding, right? I would imagine that ends up being the case. Regardless, though, the Warp Prism is now here. The Hellion is going to find a little bit of harassment in the natural of ZEST as well, but not a lot to deal with the Colossus just yet. There is no stim pack, so being able to get underneath of the now super fast Warp Prism creates a problem for BYUN, but BYUN's going to try and mitigate some of the damage here. He drops an auto turret in the natural base. He's going to try and get in with the mines in the main, and both of the mines do get down, so that will be decent damage so far. What happened to the Warp Prism, though? The Warp Prism in the top left corner. So the harassment's done for now, and BYUN is still finding a little bit of extended damage.
Yeah, that Colossi did manage to get 7 SCVs as well, though, and I mean, against the 4 probes of ZEST, I don't know. I don't think BYUN is in that great a spot. I thought he was going to keep that Raven back at home, and then, you're just safe against that Colossi drop, right? You just hold it because you force him to run away, because otherwise if he drops it, you interference matrix, and well, it's stranded there. There's a little bit of micro you can do, right? If you drop the Colossi right in time, and you pick it up before the projectile of the interference matrix actually hits. But it becomes much more of a gamble, and it's, you know, actually a lot easier to deal with, and as well for BYUN. Now has just a single missile turret kind of shooing away that Warp Prism as he's moving out. Oh wow, the Viking finds the Warp Prism here. That is crazy.
Oh, that's actually devastating damage here for ZEST. That might have been the only thing to keep BYUN back at home, but instead, BYUN's going to be able to move out freely onto the map. The third base location is going to be sieged. There's not that much here either to really deal with 4 tanks, so a good spot for BYUN to try and play into. It's a bit of a choke because of those rocks, but it very easily could be brought back down. And a shield battery overcharge already popped. Kozan, this army hasn't even engaged forward, and ZEST is already exhausting his last line of defense.
That's how scared he is, man. He might be so scared that he thinks, like, even if I do use overcharge, if he just comes in too soon, I might still die anyway because he targets it down. We'll see. No more energy remaining in those shield batteries. That's the green light for Mr. BYUN as he stims on forward. Small medevacs just dropping units randomly. Like, hey guys, you wanna go to the Proto Space? All right, well, hop on in. Here we go, another engagement from ZEST, but good target fire on to the Colossus with the siege tank. And that should be all she wrote for ZEST here.
Oh, that was not a great engagement here. ZEST had no choice, though. He had nowhere to go, and he can't afford to lose this third base at this point. He needs to be able to hang on to that economic advantage from what he sacrificed. The Immortal going to try and get in there to pick off one more tank, but will not find the damage he's looking for. BYUN, with a very quick 2-0 win over his opponent, qualifies for Code A play out of Group B. Well played.